Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope that you guys have been enjoying my channel. Guys, I invite you to check out my playlist. I've been creating a few and I have some already there. So if there are specific things that you're looking for when you come to this channel or you want to hear more about, you can probably find some of them in the playlist. If you're looking at things about toxic people, toxic leadership, toxic churches, church hurt, things about being young and single and sex, forgiveness, everything that I've been led to label and things that I believe people are talking about or will have concerns about, it's all there in the playlist. So you can check it out and just look and see if there's anything that you like there. And then of course you can always watch my videos as they're uploaded. So, there are a lot of things that I talk about on this channel, and there have been things that I believe the Lord has led me to talk about here, and I have done so. However, I'm not in a position to tell anybody exactly what to do in their marriages, okay? Every message is not for everyone. Every scenario does not apply to all. Whenever you watch videos on my channel, never think to yourself, she must be talking to me. Every situation is not for you. And we have to be in a frame of mind as adults to know, what is for you, what's not. Take the meat, spit out the bone, shelve it, or some things may offend. Because there are quite a few things on this channel that may offend people. But I'm not trying to be popular, and neither am I trying to make anyone feel upset. But I do have to speak whatever it's given to me to address. Now, in terms of your marriage, there may be certain things that you have going on, and you may see some things on my channel. And I've had people reach out to me and ask me things, oh, well, what do I think? What should they do? I'll never tell you what to do in your marriage. I'll never even tell you what to do in your relationships, because most times you already know. Most times people already know what they need to do. At the very core of their being, they know what needs to be done, but they struggle with it. They struggle with it. There's fear. Sometimes they've been in these relationships for so long that they can't imagine what it would be like to do things on their own. They feel like they're too old. They feel like they're not smart enough. They compare the life that they have now to what it would look like without that person. They think about maybe what the church will say, what people will say. And sometimes there are interesting circumstances around how they got together in the first place. So for the sake of pride and for the sake of saving face, they will stay in horrendous relationships because they will think, well, if I leave him or if I leave her, then this person that's always been trying to come between my marriage is going to get this person. And I don't want to see him or her with them. Or I don't want anyone to be able to say, I told you so. There are lots of people who people warned them and told them not to get married. But, and now that all hell is breaking loose, for their own pride, they're like, no matter what, I'm going to stay because I don't want anybody to say we were right. I don't want anybody to be able to say, I told you so. And there could be many other contributing factors as well. Some, it's normally because they have children. They try to think of what that dynamic would look like. But one of the things that I always tell people, there are plenty of people who stay in marriages and they devastate their children because their children, while being without the parent or having both parents at home, is devastating. There's some children that long for that and really wish somebody will make that decision. And why is that? Well, I'll tell you what. Because the parents together, it's so toxic. There's so much arguments. There's so much crying. There's so much tension. There's so much fighting. things breaking, abuse, language, back and forth, children feeling like they have to take a side. Sometimes it can be hectic. And no matter how much you try to hide it from your children knows. Because children are, for the most part, very innocent. They don't have a lot on their canvas in life. So they are sensitive and they can pick up on things that's not going well, things that's not right. They can pick up on that. And so people will stay together for the sake of their children. And what do their children learn? Their children learn how to be in abusive, toxic relationship. Their children learn how to be in a relationship where you're being physically abused, emotionally, verbal abuse. You teach your children something. And other times, your children will become angry at you because, let's say, for example, you're married to a man or a woman who is very volatile. They have a habit of leaving and everything. And every time they leave, even though it's sad, there's so much peace at home. There's so much peace in the house. Everybody is getting on fine. Okay? And you guys get into a rhythm, a way of doing things. And there's happiness. But then the person, this man or woman, always comes back. They always come back in your life. They always pop up again. And they completely disrupt that routine that you guys had. And so it goes back to being volatile again, and fearful, and yelling, and screaming, and tension. And the children are thrown off again. And so what happens is they get angry. They'll be angry at you, the victim. Why? Because while you're the victim, they are depending on you to create a stable environment. They'll think, Mom, Dad, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep going back to her? Why do you keep letting him in? Why do you keep letting her come back in? She messes everything up. She causes problems. She just completely shakes all our stability. So there's a lot more to think of than yourself. But to tell you, hey, you need to leave him, you need to leave her, and this is what you need to do, and this is where you need to go. No, I really cannot tell you that. But what I'm not going to do is tell you to leave your husband and to leave your wife and to leave your marriage. Because sometimes, well, most times, people already know what they need to do. But they're going to ask you. They're going to ask other people. And ask another person to tell them what they already know. And this is a decision that nobody else can make but you. All right, guys.